r/entitled Karens. Karen who hates Asians inexplicably goes to Asia. Karen on flight from Thailand to the US via Seoul. Complains to the flight attendant that they won't let her open the window, while the cabin lights are dimmed and there is full sun outside. Ma'am, you are not entitled to of our retinas. Karen insists son spend most of boarding process on phone with airline changing flight. We learn later this is to add totally unnecessary US layover so that trans-Pacific flight is on US airline rather than codeshare, because Karen doesn't like these Koreans. When my Asian American husband rightfully exits the plane ahead of her, we were seated 2 rows ahead and ready to go, makes a comment of how these people are so rude. Ma'am, I assure you this is for your safety. Assorted complaints and commentary throughout that flight, not all racist, mostly just bossing extremely whipped son around and generally being annoying, carry over my very nice noise-canceling headphones.
I'm rude. No, this is rude. Karen taught lesson. Was at a nice hotel with the family and got checked in and we were headed to the elevators. My 10-year-old daughter always wanted to push the buttons on the elevator and would be ahead of us to get to the buttons. Karen steps on the elevator right before her. My daughter has the button pressed to keep the door open as we walk up. Karen proceeds to give here hell about how rude it is to delay the elevator. Tells here it is so rude to do that. She turns to Karen and says no, this is rude, and rips the biggest cabbage and pickled egg fart you could imagine, then steps off the elevator and the door closes. Enjoy the ride to the 20th floor.
r/entitled Karens. Karen thinks being sick and late mean nothing. Hi y'all. This happened to me a while ago, but a friend thought the story was hilarious and that I should post it, so here I am. Starting info, I, 18F, used to work at a company that teaches kids math. The business model is kinda recognizable, so I won't mention it, but the crux of the issue is that for COVID reasons, class for kids starts every hour for either 45 or 60 minutes, so a 45-minute class starting at 4 could end at 5 if a kid is 15 minutes late. Because those kids have a small buffer we allow it, but for 60-minute sessions we don't. We shave off the time late and send them out at the scheduled time. On to the story. I wanna say that it's like 2 p.m.-ish, and in a more wintry time of year, so peak Omicron resurgence. Everyone is required to wear masks indoors cause a bunch of our kids are unvaccinated due to age and shit. I'm over here, doing my work, finishing up paperwork when a mom, let's call her Karen, barges in. This whole interaction occurs between her and my manager, this sweet lady who I will call Jessie. I was just off to the side, so I was kinda in the discussion. It makes sense later. The Karen comes into the office. Her kid is 20 minutes late to a 60-minute appointment. This woman was known to be a chronic late person. She would consistently show up 20 to 30 minutes late with her kid.
I'll pick him up in 60 minutes, make sure he gets his work done.
Ma'am, you are 20 minutes late, you have to pick him up in 40 minutes, not 60.
But I'm paying for 60 WDYM?
Raised voice to the point where everyone can hear. Ma'am, if we are going to discuss this you need to wear a mask. Probably forgot to mention, but this woman looked physically sick, like wet coughing, sneezing, red eyes, runny nose, and has terrible sickness etiquette. No coughing into arm, leaving gross mucus-full napkins everywhere, no mask.
I won't be in here long, it's fine.
Ma'am, I hate to inform you about policy, but it's pretty obvious when you 1. Enter the building and 2. Register your kid for classes. This back and forth of I don't need one, I'm fine, and you need one, it's the rules of this place continued for a solid 10 minutes. At this point, everyone was concerned and stuff. At this point Karen is now standing in the doorway between the outside and my manager's office, so she gotta yell to be heard, aka we all heard what's coming next.
I paid for 60 minutes, he's learning for 60 minutes.
Ma'am, our policy only allows late kids who have 45-minute appointments to stay over in case of lateness. You have a 60-minute slot. It's impossible.
Well, you should have thought of late parents being a thing before you started this business. Where's your boss? I need to speak with her.
Joke's on her, her boss is sitting right in front of her. LMAO. The manager is the boss. At this moment Jessie solidified my love for her. She's dope.
You're looking right at her, ma'am. What can I do for you?
Karen humps, looks around, sees me, who at this point is teaching no one and doing paperwork in the 5 minutes I have between sessions.
See? She's not doing her job. She can teach my son for the whole 60 minutes. She's not teaching anyone.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty spooked at getting yelled at. Before this I was a Karen virgin. LMAO. Jessie sighs, and says,
Ma'am, we have a new wave of students coming in 5 minutes. They are scheduled days in advance. We cannot fit your son in for the whole 60 minutes because of your lateness, and you're being a disturbance to those who need to learn. I know you have asked previously about a refund, but you know our refund policy. You know we can't give back money once sessions are begun. Please leave and come back to retrieve your son on the hour.
Karen looks offended, stands up, leaves her snotty tissues behind, and leaves. She comes back 20 minutes after she was supposed to, but for those last 20 minutes her son was sitting at my manager's desk and coloring because we couldn't fit a kid we didn't plan for. She was pretty red in the face but left. Her face was pretty hilarious though. Fun fact, Jessie got a sinus infection and viral pink eye from this woman after. Both the Karen and her son didn't show up for like another 2 weeks, so I assumed the Karen caught it, gave it to her son, then to Jessie. I'm just grateful none of the kids caught it. TLDR, mom drops kid off 20 minutes late, visibly sick, refuses to wear a mask in the middle of the Omicron outbreak, then is shocked to learn that we can't accommodate her chronic lateness and give her money back, and gets my manager sick.
Lady hangs up on me, we get petty back. It's funny how people can be so stupid sometimes. So for background, I work in customer service/retail and we ship orders to people across the US. And sometimes we have inventory discrepancies and I have to contact people when something they ordered is out of stock. My coworker came up to me with a pick ticket for this woman's order, and we didn't have 1 out of 3 items on her order. So my job is to contact her to tell her we don't have the 1 item, but we have the other 2. So I was going to ask her if she still wants the other 2 items. I grabbed her phone number out of the file to give her a call. She picks up, goes, "What?" I figure okay, maybe she thinks it's a spam call. I get it. So I brush it off and go on. "My name is Molly from store name, customer service, and I am calling." Lady hangs up. Before I could even tell her why I was calling. So I then grab her email and tell her what I was going to say. "I just tried calling you, but unfortunately we got disconnected. AKA you hung up on me like AB*TCH, but I'm staying professional." I told my coworker who is in charge of shipping these orders what just happened and she was not having it. So now we are using USPS, which is closed on Monday for the holiday, adding another day to this lady's order. And also using the slowest shipping time available, about 15 days. I can't wait to see this lady's response on Monday, if she has the guts to respond.
Stay and look how this quick part end.